I'm Jack Fanderlinden, and I flew the last Australian aeroplane out of Vietnam just before the collapse of the South Vietnamese government on the 30th of April. At the time I was a flying officer, a C-130E captain. I remember that day like it was just yesterday. The 25th of April we were at Ton Sanut. We had 3 Australian Hercs over there on that particular day. The first and the second Hercs left. We were the last ones on the ground. We were there for a while. We had a couple of missions. One of them was to pick up 4 airfield defence guards, RAAF airfield defence guards, and a few nuns and Australian businessmen and their wives, and evacuate them out of Ton Sanut. So we were on the ground for a couple of hours while we were waiting to get these people together before we left. We eventually loaded them all on and left, and that was the last Australian involvement. That happened on ANZAC Day, the 25th of April 1975, and the war finished on the 30th of April.
The first North Vietnamese troops entered the city packed into trucks that flew the red and blue flag of the Communist Provisional Revolutionary Government, the PRG.
One of the things I noticed was there was destruction going on, with bombs and whatever else going off. But at the same time, it was almost like a normal work day for some people. There were a group of Vietnamese workmen who were constructing some kind of a building. I just wandered across and sat down, had a bit of a chat with them. They were about to start their midday meal. They invited me to join them, and I did. They weren't scared at all about the impending collapse of the South. In fact, they were looking forward to the end of the war, and they believed that it would bring stability to the country. We were all aware that it was ANZAC Day, and usually we would have had, if we were back in Australia or somewhere like that, we would then have celebrated it appropriately. After the war, there were a lot of refugees that left Vietnam, and many of them found their way to Australia. And I think Australia is the better for it, because there are lots of very, very good and nice ex-Vietnamese who are now Australians who have contributed tremendously to Australian society.